All right, so it was announced today that there are 5 new maps in the pool. Berlingrad, Hardwire, Glittering Ashes, Pride of Altaris, Curious Minds. They are going to be in the map pool on October 19th. And that means, and they're also keeping 2,000 atmospheres and Blackburn. So that means Romanticide, Beckett, Oxide, and Lightshade are going to be taken out of the pool. And they're going to add these 5 maps. I think I may have missed a map that they're taking out. But basically, Blizzard announced it? Yes, they did. Blizzard did announce it. You can see the tweet, or you can see the post. Boom, it's right there. Just linked it in the chat. But yeah, very excited. Very excited. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at all the maps here. We'll read the descriptions first and see if from a Zerg perspective, what we're thinking, what we're kind of considering these maps here. So this is a rush map. This is Berlingrad. Slightly below average size and distance to the enemy in combination with low ground third base options favor aggressive play, taking down the debris or mineral wall in front of the natural. Okay, interesting. Shortens the direct path to the enemy, but weakens the defensive position in front of the natural. I see. Okay. So let's go ahead. We're gonna create an empty lobby and start the game up, and we're gonna take a look. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we've got here. This map sucks for PvZ cannons. All right. Well, let's take a look. Looks like a pretty big natural, which usually means it's a little harder to get to the cannon location that's at like the edge of your natural base. Pretty big main, rather. Pretty big main, so it's harder to get to your natural. Already 10 out of 10. Unkillable Doggo. That is flames. That is fire. That's actually Pog. Can you build on him? What can I make? Come back on creep, dog. I can't build over there. I think you can. No? Are you serious? It blocks cannons as well? Hold on. Get back on the... What do you mean? He just moves. Critter's black. It's not a critter, though. Okay, so you can do it. Okay, fantastic. So let's see. So main here. Pretty wide open main, so we have to be careful about this little area for drops and warp prism play, things like that. Reaper jump up spot over here by the looks of it. Yeah, probably right there. Only looks like there's one spot for it to jump in, so it shouldn't be too bad. And it's right in front of the triangle third, as usual. They gave you the decal for where exactly your drone needs to go for your natural expansion, so that's pretty nice. And it's off. It's actually, oh no, it's correct. Okay, cool. Doesn't look like a very... Yeah, it's definitely not a very huge map. Oh, there's actually debris and little minerals right there. Okay, so it's going to be really important for Zerg to mine this out and kill this debris, because if they get like siege tanks set up here, they can do like medevac stuff, for instance, if they're tearing medevac drops and things like that. But overall, this map in the early game, it actually looks pretty nice against Hellions. There's only one clear pathway into your natural from this angle and then this angle. So usually Hellions have like 3 areas that they can harass. So let's take a look here. So if we were going to position our overlords against Hellions here, depending on the thirds you want to take, let's look. Yeah, you could actually get it with 2. So you would put, if your third base was here, which it looks like that's the better one to take. Yeah, I think for sure. That one, what about this one? How's this one look for a little triangle third? Debris right in front. I don't know how much I love that. Fourth base is relatively close and it's high ground. Both of the third bases are low ground. And there's like this weird big ramp up to your natural. That's super strange. It would be pretty awesome to mine this out with like drones later on in the game. Be able to get some pretty direct access run-bys. This looks like a huge wall. Can Protoss full wall this off with 3? They have to 3 though. Yeah. Pylon goes like here. Something like that. And then, yeah. This is going to be, I think, a difficult map, so to wall off correctly. Well, actually, it looks like it's fairly straightforward now that I'm looking at it, really. Okay, anyways. So if you take your hatchery here, if you're playing, let's say, against Hellions, You just want to put an overlord actually right here is actually super sick. And then like one over here. You want to just have vision of this entrance and then this big entrance over here. And you could probably keep your queens basically at your third. You just have to move them around like normal. Okay, let's see. This fourth base. It is a fair distance away. Damn, there are actually how many mineral lines are this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 per side. Okay, I think that's pretty standard. How many are in Beckett? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, Beckett only has 6, so it has one more than Beckett. And let's see what what's the pathway that your overlord takes. And then if we send one to the third, for instance, I'm curious about what the time is what the rush distance time is here. So I'm gonna send a drone right at 4 from my larva here, and go. So we'll see what time it gets to the natural. While we're doing that, yeah, I could see potentially the forward third. I've just fallen out of favor with ever taking forward thirds for the most part, simply because of the medevac harass and the popularity of Void Rays versus Protoss. Versus Zerg. Oh, it looks like it might be a 31 second. Holy smokes, is it shorter than 31 seconds? No, okay, it's not. So it's a little longer than Beckett by, let's say, 6 seconds. So it's okay, it's actually really not, it's not that short. Beckett is extremely short comparatively. So it's 6 seconds slower to get here. Yeah, there's not a huge amount of distance between your main and your natural, but not a small amount either. Let's look at some of the other features here. So there's grass here. It's kind of an interesting spot for it. That definitely looks like a pillar. Is there a pervert pillar somewhere? Maybe this box? Maybe one of these things? If it's one of these, you can't put your overlord here. Maybe it's over here. This must be it, actually. So it will not give you persistent scouting of the like a Protoss wall, for instance, but it's much more difficult for let's say Terran to lift their command center and kill this. Maybe this is, I don't know. We'll have to experiment around with that. So the overlord takes a pretty direct shot here. It will pass by the middle of the map, and so my drone decided to go towards the left here. No matter what, going through the middle's got to be the shortest, right? Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be the shortest rush distance. So the fact that your overlord goes through the middle and the rush distance is through the middle means that your 12 fools and things like that will be much easier to scout. It'll be pretty brainless for it, I think. And then I think it will take whatever side is the triangle third, so they would go this way. They could try to go around here. So you could send your second overlord rather this way. I don't know. Not that big of a deal, I don't think. Huh. Lots of debris. I don't really like how many rocks there are. There's actually so many rocks. Okay, so how many on my side of the map? 2 there. There's literally 1 in front of my base. So that's 3, 4. Oof. Okay, that's a lot of debris. That's actually a ton of debris. Is this debris too? No. Maybe. Let's go look. It is 5. Oh, that sucks. 6! Good lord. Okay, that kind of is lame. I'm not gonna lie. With that much debris, you gotta kill this early, and it's not very close to your base. This one's very close, but the other ones are super far away. So you actually need to kind of risk units in order to clear all of that, or have them potentially be out of position while they're clearing that. That's gonna really suck. This kind of area here. I mean, again, with the siege tank lineup, I mean, it's not super bad. It looks like it's not anything like Lightshade. Lightshade had that triangle third issue where they could put siege tanks on the high ground of that little area nearby and just kind of poke in with Marines. They can do that here. It does look like it's still pretty far away from your third base, but also, I mean, there's a big opening here and a big opening here, so you should be able to clear it. So the debris is annoying, but I wonder how extremely difficult it's going to be to deal with, that is. Yeah, overall, I think this looks like once this debris, if you can clear this debris, this map is actually super open. Yeah, wow. That's going to be pretty good. You know what? Now that I think about it, I have to actually make a spawning pool to test that Zergling. Because I don't believe... Yeah, drones are not the same speed as lings. And there's also a slight creep boost efficiency. So it might not quite be 37 seconds. Let's see. I want to retest that. With a drone is not the most accurate. So that's something we should keep in mind for the other maps as well. No gold bases, though. No rich Vespene gases. Some very interesting corner bases. This actually looks pretty cozy. I don't know. A lot of the bases don't seem too bad, honestly. What's the main look like? Okay, there are 2 mineral drill patches you can use. What about... Okay, no, yeah. There's only 2 mineral drill patches you can use. So if you do get spine crawler rushed, you should be okay. Alright. Are they tested with workers? I'm just trying to see what the 12 pull timing is. They could be. They might be tested with workers. I'm not 100%. If it is, 37 seconds is fairly slow, I would say. It's not, that's not a very... I don't know. This map, it said it was a rush map. This map actually looks pretty big. So like 920, we'll say. 920. Let's just double check it. Zealot versus Speedling isn't fair. I'm using Slowlings. I'm just checking for like 12 pull stuff. I'm not gonna have speed at that point. So this is now just Zerg specifically. I'm curious how long it takes them to get there. Okay, about 30 seconds. 31, 32. So 32 seconds. That's not the end of the world. Yeah, overall, I think this map just looks pretty... The debris, I think, is going to catch people off guard, like it kind of does every time. I want to see if any of this stuff is like pillars. I don't know if it is. How hard is it to wall off the natural as Zerg? You definitely would need... I think you're going to definitely need a creep tumor. I don't think your creep's going to reach here. You might not even reach here. I don't think you're going to be able to 2-base wall off without a creep tumor on this map. Because if you can't on Blackburn, I don't see how your hatchery will be done there either. That's going to be kind of nuts, actually. So that might be something to think about, too. Yeah. Not a huge amount of dead space. I don't think you can... You definitely can't hide oracles. Yeah, I don't think you could be able to... I don't think you're going to be able to hide oracles between any of the bases here. What about over here? Well, I mean, definitely over here. Yeah, but between the main, the natural, and the third, there's no spots where they can just hide their units. They have to fully get to this dead zone space or over to your fourth. Even at your fourth and your third, there's not. You'll be able to attack with queens for sure. Something will be able to hit them. I feel pretty confident about that. You said the main mineral patches to avoid spine rush? Yeah, so you can what's called mineral drill, Nizaro. It's not just for spine rushes, but like, let's say you have a flood of lings that are happening, right, in your main. My mineral patches don't look very good. Well, here, I can actually demonstrate it. But if you have mineral patches that are like these 3, where it's one that's right up next to 2, but it's slightly back, you can do what's called mineral drilling. So instead of your drones being all spread out and lings getting in there and causing a lot of damage, and typically you'll find this when you get spine rushed, is they'll come in with the drones, they'll make spines, and then they'll have lings trying to like harass, right? Or there's other applications where it happens too. But you can right click all of your drones and stack them up here. So you do this, you attack out, you do this, attack out kind of deal. And you can attack with basically all your drones almost at the same time. But this reduces the surface area for your drones to get hit. So only 2 lings will be hitting your drones at a time, instead of like, 6 or whatever it is. Oh, you might be able to wall this off. Make a queen. And we'll bring these ones down here. So it's so tough to tell exactly where this ends here. Let's look. Okay. Oh, you can for sure, actually. Oh, yeah. No problem. So you would go, like, here. You're going to have to 3 here. And... Ooh, wait, hold on. Can you do this? Let's see. Here, here, here. That last one's kind of tough. I don't know if you can full wall this off, actually, with 3. In our creeps. In our creep spread. Here, because you can't put one slightly in front, which is important. Because you can't go corner to corner. Yeah, you'll have a corner to corner here. Or you can just leave a gap open, but that's bad. You kind of are... I guess you could go... Oh, you could go like that. And then you could just put your queen in the wall. Yeah, you could do like this. And that's a full wall. So that's fine. Okay. Interesting map. I mean, there's nothing overly remarkable about it. This, I think, is going to be memes for people. This looks like a... I don't know if you would warp in here. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Does this matter that much? Because who is going to mine out... Like, I won't mine this one out. I don't think anyone mines this out. I don't think anyone's going to... Maybe you kill that? I feel like Zerg, you do want to kill this. Maybe after, like, the Hellion phase is done versus Terran. If you're up against ZVZ, I don't think it matters at all. And then ZVT, just, like, maybe after Hellions. Because you wouldn't want to create a third entrance to your base, I don't think. As far as creep spread goes, that is also something I look at. I forgot to look at it for this one. And I'm spending a lot of time on this map, I know. But, it actually looks like a really good map to creep spread. Because you get immediate access to the middle of the map, like, right here. So you go, like... 1, it'll go 2, you might even be able to get it on the 3rd one, and then you branch out left, right, and you do hit, so you will hit at these spots. These are going to be annoying, but your initial, like, 6 to 7 creep tumors are going to be really, really good, and then you actually still have really good central map control. It's going to be these ramps that you have to look out for, so here, 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 kind of this area here. These ramps are kind of annoying. So you'll find, I bet you'll see a lot of Zergs, myself included, will have a big bubble like that. So that's Berlingrad. I think a pretty decent Zerg map. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't be. Let's go to Pride of Altaris. Just freestyle category. Okay, no explanation. This is the map I think people are saying was absolutely massive. Like, huge. I think there's like 9 mineral patches per side or something like that. Something like, I think there's 18 total. That's so big. That's so big. If that's true. I'll count them. We'll look. Okay, immediately, your main is way smaller. Your main is actually super small. And there's a persistent humming that's annoying. Oh, so you can't build on this, huh? Automaton 2000. It has 10 HP. You actually have to 2-hit it. Wait, what do you mean? It just moves out of the way. I'm confused what people mean by you can't build on these. I guess you do technically have to wait. Huh. But it looks like they move out of the way every single time you try to place a building on them. But I suppose for cannon rushing, even that slight delay would be pretty bad for them, huh? Okay. So it looks like... Ooh, interesting. So you can do something kind of neat on this map technically, which is put your spawning pool right up against the map. And if you do that, and you see that you're about to be spine rushed, you can actually just hard wall off with a hatch. This was another... You could do this on Death Aura, I think. Yeah, you can just hard wall off like that. And then you basically, it's GG. But yeah, so that is actually something to consider. So seeing spawning pools here might not be such a bad idea. Okay, let's go to the natural here. It's crazy how far our creep goes, though. This is such a huge area. Okay. Not a very long time to your natural. Can you do that with one building? How big is this gap? Okay, it doesn't look like this is a particularly good cannon rush map, maybe? I don't know. Because they can't do any high ground stuff. You'd have to do it back here. You'd have to go 2 there. Maybe you go here. Maybe go 1 there, and then 2. Okay, I guess you could actually still do it. Never mind. That is awesome. Yeah, that was that's like the old... That's some old tech right there. Yeah, this map looks so big though. This is the worst cannon map. It looks like it just from hanging out with the old Grimbus. Okay, so your natural has a ramp, like similarly to Blackburn in our current pool. We'll see how far the creep spread goes and see if you can actually wall this off, or if you need to put a creep tumor down like you do in Blackburn. Your third. Okay, there's your Reaper jump up spot, and it looks like there's also one here, so we gotta watch out for that. Nice little indicators they put for us, though. Can you do one here? No Reaper jump over there. So that's kind of annoying, but not a big deal. I don't hate the triangle third here. The only thing I don't like about the line third is it does look like, I mean, it almost looks equidistant away. It doesn't look too far. There's a nice big pile of debris, kind of like we have right now in 2000 atmospheres, but that's not the worst. That's not the worst. The map does look really nice. I kind of like this cool floating platform aesthetic that we're on. Tanks fit on the Reaper jumps? Oh, of course. So we're gonna have, tanks there. Why not, right? Apparently these automatrons do stop you from building on them. There is a Xel'Naga tower right in the middle. Let's just make some lings here. We're gonna go across the map. Let's look at the natural. Okay, there is a pervert pillar way far up here. I wonder if you see in the main, can you have a unit give you vision of the pervert pillar? Ooh, no, doesn't look like it. Okay, so that's quite nice for Zerg, actually. How can you check out the new maps? You can go to the melee. You can go to melee, and then you type in the new map names. So that's actually quite nice for Zerg. So this pervert pillar is super sick, because you also get to see the low ground. Okay, this is not a wall. I thought maybe this was a wall right in the center of the map, but that would be kind of stupid, I guess, huh? Your Overlord is going to go straight down the middle, so you will miss 12 pulls with that first one. It does seem like it has a gigantic time, so this is not going to be a map I would see a lot of 12 pulls on anyways, I don't think. You can definitely wall off your ramp here. Ooh, this is actually a little more tricky to wall off. But you can do it. Yeah, so you can do it with just the creep that you get from your natural. So that's nice. Okay, so then we looked at this. So I guess this, again, if you're Zerg, that could be your third. This could be your fourth. This fourth, I mean, both of them seem pretty far away. You could do your third here. Both of the thirds are on the high ground, which is usually nicer for Protoss. Oh man, actually all of this is on the high ground. Whoa, I didn't realize that. So if you go this way, all of this stuff is on the high ground. Which is usually a bit nicer for Protoss and Terran than it is for Zerg. How many bases do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there is 9 per side. So this is an 18 mineral patch, 18 base map. Are there any weird... okay, gold base right in front. Is that Rich Vespine? Oh, I just killed... Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Let's just go over here and we can take a look. The Xel'Naga tower in the center seems... I don't know about it. I don't really think it's going to do too much. It's not really... I mean... No, it's just a regular Vespine. Oh, sorry. I didn't go to the right one. But they look the same, so I don't think they're going to... They're not doing purple. No, okay, it is the same. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's actually a full 16 mineral line too. Okay, interesting. So tons of high ground, but no high ground in the middle of the map. So I'm thinking of for creeping, right guys? Start here, go towards your third. You can directly go the other way. We've got really easy branching paths that you're going to be able to creep. It looks like you're going to be able to cover a lot of it with just like one tumor. So you're not going to have to do an excessive amount until you start hitting the middle of the map. How hard is it to get to the middle of the map? It actually takes quite a while. Unless you go right up next to it, you might be able to get some creep down there. I'm almost curious about that, actually. Let's start a queen. I just want to see what happens, and I'm going to kill this Evo chamber. Let's see. If you take this as your third, fourth, and then you're kind of in this awkward spot where you got to go fifth, sixth, because you can't keep going this way. That's not too bad, but you could always just go main natural and then 3, 4, 5. That's fine. Those are like, actually that seems like not such a terrible progression path. You go here, line third, 4, and then 5 here. You should be able to get creep spread at your fourth here and fifth. The fifth, again, if you're not great at creep like me, might take you a bit. Let's see about this creep tumor. I'm curious. Alright, we're gonna put some creep down. And we'll see if we... I want to see if we put a creep tumor right up at the edge here, if we're able to actually go down. So I like this map for the pervert pillar. How's the dead space behind the main look? Okay, there's a good decent bit of it over here, so there's quite a lot more than the last map. You think you can hide a unit back here and not lose it. There's no place to hide between the natural, and there's no place to hide between the third and the fourth, so that's actually pretty big. They really can't save their units too well. Not a lot of dead vision in the main. Obviously, the corner, there's always some amount of dead vision everywhere. This pervert pillar also gives you sight of their third, which is actually kind of neat. Okay, let's see. Creep tumor, creep tumor. Yes, Cat Fiend, we're getting new ladder maps next week, Tuesday. So 7 days from now. 7 days from now. But yeah, this is definitely going to be the more macro-focused map. This doesn't look exceedingly good for Void Rays. So good Void Ray maps, guys, are...
Twitch channel.
Yeah, thank you for the follow.
Channel.
Good Void Ray maps have a lot of non-natural creep in the main. What I mean by natural creep is there's no creep tumor here, right? You can actually almost connect your third and your natural and your main. It's almost connected. It's just so close to not. Okay, let's take a look here. But yeah, I don't think Void Rays are going to be too crazy on this map. Or Oracles. Oracles, I think they're going to be at a lot of risk. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely still do it, but there's just not a lot of play. And it's so quick to get to your third here. I don't feel like this is such a bad map. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, you can't jump it down. So that's kind of unfortunate. That sucks, actually. It would be super... crazy actually if we could immediately get creep down here. But one thing we can always do, right guys, is get a lair, get our overlord, poop creep here, and then just jump it down. Overall though, this is not a bad map. There's a lot of open area. Even these platforms are super big. This obviously can be a pretty good choke point. Yeah, but none of these chokes look exceedingly bad, honestly. Very wide open area over here. Yeah, actually this looks pretty good for... This just looks like a good Zerg map in general. I don't mind this at all. I don't mind this at all. Looks like there's a good spot in the main to put the spire when you 3 roach as well. Well, I mean, you can I always put it over there. Like over here or something like that. Yeah, overall, this looks like a pretty good Zerg map too. I don't mind this at all. I wouldn't veto either of these 2 maps so far. Alright, so that was Pride of Altaris. That's actually pretty awesome. We're gonna go Hardwire next. Hardwire, a macro map with rocks in the center that effectively narrows the possible ways to enter enemy territory. Once the rocks are destroyed, the map becomes more dynamic, allowing for more lateral movement. The 3 and 9 o'clock outposts and overlooking the sides and worth considering. Okay, I think there's a couple typos in there, but that's okay. So this is the 3rd map we're looking at, Hardwire. This one has a pretty cool color scheme. So I'm excited for that. And what are those red lights? Are those just lights on the map? Okay. Oh yeah, I like this color scheme a lot actually. Again, another map where there's not a whole lot of dead space in the main, and I don't think that is going to be right up next to the ramp. It's not, so you can't do that same trick like before. The natural doesn't look too bad. There's no indicator, big sag, and the unbuildable rocks. As per the usual. Okay, so everything there looking fine. Natural again has a gigantic wall, so Protoss just 3 building wall off. This one looks better for gate forge cannon rushing, so it looks like probably let me make a spawning pool. We'll look at that a little later actually, but let's take a look at the creep as well. And I don't really like the triangle third so far. There's a really nasty choke right here. It's not very open, and it does seem farther away from your natural. This one, there is a pretty bad choke there, and it's actually really difficult to get around. How do you get around? Yeah, you gotta run all the way around. This is a very weird 4th base position. This is actually super strange. I have to look at this again. Hold on, let me go. Can I go bigger screen? I can't. Okay, so wait, what is happening here? This is Okay, this is actually a huge open area. So you go 1, 2, 3, and then 4? That puts you so close to your opponent. Would you take this 4th? There's really nothing here, which is good for Zerg. And your creep towards your enemy, like, you're gonna have this creep really early, and it's actually not bad to get your 5th here. This is so strange. The map only almost turns with this being the like crux point, or this even being the crux. Huh. That is super strange. Wow. Okay, that's kind of interesting. This is probably going to be our pillar. So once again, well, is it? Yeah, it looks like that'll be the pillar. So we can put the Overlord right up over there. And be able to see the wall. CC lift, though, probably will be able to kill that pretty easily. But for Protoss, it's going to be another pain in the ass for them. How's the dead space looking? Lots of dead space behind the main and the natural. It looks like they could probably save a unit between the thirds. That's the first map so far where I think they could do that. Huge amount of dead space between here and the main, though. Drops don't look too intimidating, though. Again, this is just such a small main base that I'm not too worried about it. Are there any special features? Let's see rocks. Okay, 2 rocks here. And then there are the wall rocks. Right, okay. So the rock walls there. These are pretty negligible, it looks like. I mean, yeah, these are not big rocks. You still have a pretty big ramp here. So it looks like being able to kill that. It's just the 4th base I'm trying to wrap my head around. Because, okay, let's just pretend you expand to the 3rd triangle. You would not take this 4th. This is so far away. There's no way, right? No. That's too far. That's so far away. Is it, though? That's pretty far, too. Both of the 4... Well, this 4th, honestly... Gosh, that seems so weird, though. It's almost... It reminds me a little bit of Romanticide with the Rich Vespine base that's, like, right in front. That 4th base. But is there any big negatives? Oh, actually, there was huge negatives to that. If you don't have this area secured, siege tanks can just sit right behind the mineral line and kill it. So would you... Yeah, I guess maybe you would just take this as your 4th. Unless you already have creep over here, then you could probably be fine doing that. If you don't have creep here, I wouldn't take this 4th. So you need to creep this direction anyways. Regardless if you take this or this. Yeah, siege tanks here would be super easy. I feel like even Marines could attack maybe some of your drones from here. Stalkers, stuff like that. There's going to be a lot of harassment potential, so this area is going to be huge. Kind of just having this area secured as Zerg. Lots of creep needed there. Once again, I don't think the creep path is going to be too difficult. This huge, weird kind of open area here is going to be pretty easy. To the left and right, you're going to encounter no resistance, really, until you get up to over here. That's so far away. And then over here, you will need to have an Overlord or a way to get C up top. Huh, okay. All right, let's look at the wall-up situation. Let's see if we can do that. All right, let's just bring 3. Let's bring 3, and then we'll make a queen as well. Once again, very small amount of creep needed here. Okay, this looks fine. 1, 2. Yep, you can do it with 3. You cannot hard wall off with 3 without a tumor, though. Once again. Yeah, this is fine though. You can do a normal just 3 base wall off here. Okay. So that's not too biggie. That's not too big of a deal. So far, not really necessary to take put a creep tumor down first if you're gonna play a 2 base, something like that. Let's see the creep situation. Let's also see the rush distance. So we're gonna use a drone to test this out again. We'll just start it like here. And we'll go right at 6 minutes. Thank you, Vanilla. Appreciate it. Okay. So 6 minutes is when that one was going. Creep doesn't affect drones, so I'm just gonna... Oh, I hope that doesn't get in his way. Ah, okay. Actually, this is already screwed up. So it's gonna be a little slower than it should be. But probably just by a second. So we can shave off like a second here. I don't like this gas thing. This sight blocker. 30, it's probably gonna be like what, 30, maybe even 40 seconds? That's actually pretty far. That's actually pretty far. Wow, this is not the rush distance map either. Okay. Any weird unbuildable spots like we found last time for Zerg? No, nothing like that. Okay, so this map, again, I don't feel like this is going to be an awful map for Zerg. It's going to be super critical we get creep all the way through here pretty quickly. If we're talking about a Hellion situation, so if we expand to our third here, Overlord here, Overlord here, and then I guess Overlord here. That's actually kind of annoying. Hellions on this map might be kind of annoying. There's almost 4 distinct pathways they can come in and harass from. Although they... Yeah. No, that's kind of annoying, actually. The Hellions might be kind of a problem already. Yeah, so just be careful with your Overlords on this map. Actually, you don't need one here. You could go here. You have one Overlord here. Right? Because where does this go? I mean, that's so far around. Will they actually go that way? Realistically, let's think about this. If you have a... No, but you need to be able to see here. So yeah, you need to have one here, I guess. One Overlord here. One Overlord, like, here. And then maybe one... Yeah, and then one Overlord here. Yeah, okay. Not too bad. It's a little tricky, though. Let's see about Void Ray stuff. Okay, yeah, we already said... Quite a lot of distance there. Again, there's a lot of creep already in the main, though, so I don't think that's going to be exceedingly bad. And you will be able to have creep pretty quickly towards the center, which is usually very good for Void Ray scouting, but you need to get to the sides as quickly as possible. But in this map, getting to the side is already going to push you up the middle a little bit, which is kind of nice. Okay. Sick. Any debris? Oh yeah, we already looked at the debris. Let's think about the rock walls. So the middle of the map is pretty darn choked off here. And it's right in front of the triangle thirds. So that kind of reminds me of Oxide in a little ways. Killing these rocks, yeah, I mean, it's just going to be important for, again, the middle of the game. I don't think it's... Because what are our pathways we can get through? We can go through here, which is a bad choke, so that's pretty hard to get through. Yeah, it's going to be pretty critical, I think, we kill those rocks. Here, again, is very, very open. I don't see how... I think Terran and Protoss are going to take this third. It just seems so much more defendable. And then go for their fourth here. And then just never take this base, basically. I don't think they're ever going to expand here. Maybe Zerg can do it. That's about the only one. I don't see how Terran or Protoss would expand here. It just doesn't seem safe at all. And then, yeah, they have a pretty normalized expansion pattern. How many bases? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 16. That's actually pretty good. Again, it's going to be, I think, a fairly decent macro map. I don't think the rush distance is not very bad. So yeah, that's good for Zerg. More bases. Easier creep. Those are great things. So that was Hardwire. Let's look at Curious Minds. Finalist Rush category. A smaller map with major tension on an open low ground expansion. Curious Minds will try to control both Zelnaga towers to prepare for incoming pressure. Okay. Reaper jump up spot here. You thought Blizzard was done with StarCraft 2? So there's third-party people who have decided the maps and have done that for the last... maps as well, and basically they said, here you go, Blizzard, just put these maps in the ladder pool. Yeah, Blizzard hasn't made the maps in a while. Okay, well, let's look at this map. Not that much dead space behind the main. You can kind of get around, so Liberator Harass might be a thing over here. There is a decent amount of dead space towards the front of your natural, so we're definitely going to want to creep tumor between our main and our natural. There's no way it's going to connect. It'll get created close, though. Let's see here. The natural, once again, does have a ramp. Let's see if we can wall it off easily or if we need a creep tumor. So far, we haven't needed a creep tumor to do any sort of wall offs. There's the 2 Zelnaga towers. We'll look at those a little later. How do the thirds look? This third is on the high ground. This one is on the low ground with a high ground nearby and a high, like, very nearby. So I do not think, I don't really prefer this high ground personal, or this, this third personally. Probably, I think I'm going to be doing a line third if I play this map. Make a queen. Let's see, this third, there is some debris in the middle, but it does look like it's pretty easy to go around and flank from this side. But you can only do 2 flank unless you have this one already secured and you put units over here before any kind of push gets over to this spot. Big amount of rocks in the middle of the map, so that means that you have to go through one of these. You have to go up one of these ramps in order to harass. Doesn't seem to have many bases. Well, this is a rush map, so it's trying to encourage apparently aggressive play. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 per side, so that's like Beckett essentially. That is essentially like Beckett. All right. Let's see here. Weird kind of site blocker over here. Kind of reminds me again in a way of Romanticide with it being so close to your bases, but not that big of a deal. The Zelnaga towers are like open. The only Zelnaga towers we have right now are on 2,000 atmospheres, and you can kind of hide a unit in there. These are just plain Jane open. So it's going to be kind of hard to control these, I think. But will be nice to do so if you can. Okay, let's look at the Pervert Pillar. Yep, Pervert Pillar right here. Definitely can be killed by lifting the CC. That doesn't seem like too big of a deal. Let's go ahead and look at the wall-off situation here. And see what we can do there. And then we'll test the rush distance afterwards. I'm just kind of curious. Yep, you can wall off with... you can actually hard wall off with 3. So that's good to know, guys. You can actually hard wall off easily on this map if you want to. Okay, we're going to, at 30 seconds, 3:30, we'll go ahead and run a drone to the other side of the map. Right there, so that's 1 second late. So 3:31, we did it. Let's see, so your first overlord goes this way. And what direction does my drone take when we go across the map? Let's see. Is it going to go left or is it going to go... So it's going to go down. Okay, so that is actually... That should be fine for overlords unless they manually control their lings, which would be bad. So that means that this overlord path, you will be able to see 12 bulls. Okay. So 3:31. And we're there at like 4:07. So 35 seconds? It's kind of a normal time. I don't feel like that's extremely fast. What do these Zelnaga towers net you? What do you get to see with them? Out of curiosity. Yeah, this looks like a fairly standard expansion pattern though. I would take this third and then use that to push creep over to here, your fourth. This fourth just seems a little bit awkward. This actually gives you a lot of vision, which can be nice for securing your third and your fourth, and getting through this. Okay, actually, yeah, these Zelnaga towers are pretty good for Zerg. Well, they're pretty good for everything, but yeah, it's because there's vision blockers here, creeping from your third is going to be kind of annoying, so you're going to want to actually get Zerglings out of here pretty quickly. There's also pervert pillars, so you could put overlords here in order to see if they control them as well. So that's kind of cool, actually. I kind of like that. And that is a huge section. So you will be able to see the only attack paths until the center of the map is killed. That's actually pretty sick. So if you control both of these give such a crazy amount of vision, though. Holy shit, that's actually nuts. Okay, the Zelnaga towers on this map are absolutely busted. So it's going to be a fight to hold them. Like, I'm very confident. Like, you really want to hold them as Zerg. Because of all these site blockers, it's just going to really tremendously help with your creep. These towers and site blockers are going to make TVT a meat grinder of tank lines. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You could also do stuff like just have lurkers behind here. That is going to be nuts. But then again, you get the Zelnaga tower right before the site blocker. So that's actually kind of not bad. That's kind of interesting, actually. Because if I'm attacking, I'm definitely going to go to this Zelnaga tower first. And then, like, see. I'm going to, like, oh, okay, is there just, like, stuff sitting here, you know, or whatever? But if you control it, and you have, like, lurkers here, or you have tanks already over here, yeah, then that's going to be very bad. Wow. Yeah, the tank positionings over here are actually kind of crazy. You can do a lot of really disgusting things. Huh. Huh, okay. Not a lot of debris, which is always good for Zerg. The creep paths here, kind of annoying with the ramp going up to your third this way. Would be a little bit easier to spread creep with your triangle third over here, but I just feel like these are going to be such critical zones in the game that you're going to want to take this third anyways. And this fourth puts you so close to their third. Like, if they take that third, that's like 0 seconds. Yeah, okay. So we definitely need to watch out for tank drops, or sorry, like, medevac drops and things like that in the main. Decent amount of dead space, but nothing too crazy. They can't hide between the main and the natural. They can't hide between the natural and the third. And can't hide between the third and the fourth. So once again, there is no spots to kind of tuck your units into to hide them. So keep that in mind when you're pursuing oracles and stuff like that. They can't actually hide unless they're up here, or if they, well, actually, if they just kind of get away scot-free or whatever. Easy debris to kill, and then this debris. Yeah, we're going to want to kill that as Zerg. I wonder if you can attack a unit on the other side of this debris. Let's actually just take our lings over here and go this way real quick. Can I see the other side if I'm here? Oh, it's 2 different debris. I definitely can. So if they put a couple of Marines here, it'll be actually kind of annoying. And I can't attack this. So you have to be, okay, so you, this is funny. You either have to be up here maybe, or you have to be in this little area attacking this. So this is a little bit better for Zerg to clear this. That's kind of nice, because that means that they can't just put siege. I wonder if you could fit a siege tank here, though. I bet you could. So if Terran wanted to stop you from taking this, you would have to jump through a couple of hoops to do it. You'd need an Overlord here and then attack it with roaches or hydras or something. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Interesting map. I don't see any specific reason why it's awful for Zerg. Last one, guys. Glittering Ashes. A macro-oriented, large, and relatively spacious map. Ooh, those are very good. Those are good words for Zerg players. Those are good keywords that we like to hear. The more confined center opens up a bit once players destroy the destructible rocks, so kind of similar to the last one. Side areas are secluded, but can be used for powerful multi-prong attacks. All right. Let's take a look. I think I'm going to like this one, the looks of this one the most. I like lava usually in these maps. Reminds me of Char. Reminds me of Char. Reminds me of home. Okay. So last map, guys. Let's just send this over so that we can take a look at the pillar. That is weird. Okay, that's kind of strange. Alright, there's a good amount of dead space over here, and it's actually kind of annoying dead space too, because our creep tumor would not naturally go to this side. I wonder if we take an extractor, if that gives us any more vision on this side. So let's take a look at that afterwards. So the main so far, only 1 Reaper jump up point. It looks like there's only 1 Reaper jump up on each map, which is super nice. Oh, right over here too. It's kind of a little bit of a dangerous spot maybe for them to try to jump. It looks like that's supposed to be, but I'm not sure. Not 100%. Not very far away from your natural, which is kind of nice. Let's just go ahead and put a spawning pool down, make a couple of drones. Okay, actually, the extractors give you a really good amount of vision. There's like 1 Nidus spot right here that you might be in trouble. Maybe not, though. You might not be able to fit a Nidus without peeking it over the corner over there. So it shouldn't be too bad. Not a whole lot of dead space coming in. So you actually have to fly towards the base and then over it to get to the dead space behind the main and the natural. Of which there looks like there is quite a bit. That is interesting. And once you get to the natural, dead space between the natural and the third, so you can tuck units. Quite a lot of dead space, actually. And then it's just like this weird straight shot. Okay, let's look at the expansions here. So we're going to go natural here, right? Obviously. Pretty decent. Let's actually just go ahead and take that real quick. Pretty decent. Again, big walls, big walls. No two building wall offs that you can do on this map. It looks like you should be able to do the whole thing with creep. Although, again, I'm a little concerned about right here. Maybe not. We'll see. The third bases. Let's take a look at the third bases. The triangle third has 2 pretty not great chokes, but it is on the high ground. Same with your other third, though. Let's look at this third. There is more direct access to that third. I just seem to trend towards the line thirds instead of the triangles, but the triangle on this map doesn't look too bad. Simply because the queens in your main are not far away. So if they do try to go for Liberator Harass, Oracle Harass, or Void Ray stuff, they would need to... You would be able to help with your queens in the main, but you would need to make sure that you have a few queens in the main if they go for like Mass Voids. So the triangle third doesn't look too bad. What about this fourth? This fourth is actually pretty good too. One choke only. That's not terrible. The fifth looks kind of nuts over here. This is kind of this is so strange actually. Super small choke over here. There's lots of chokes on this map actually. There's lots of chokes on this map. The dead space at the third. Yeah, that could be kind of annoying. Yeah, I would probably still... Honestly, I probably would still take the line third if I do play this map. Okay, the creep is going. Let's go ahead and make a queen. And now that we're over here, it looks like probably this is the pillar that we can go on, or maybe this one. This looks like maybe that's a winner. We'll see. You definitely need a creep tumor between your main and your natural in order to connect the bases. This one does look pretty large. Let's look towards the center of the map. Okay, so let's take a look. If we did this third, yeah, no shot you would go this fourth though. That's so far. Yeah, so you would have to go 3 then 4, which almost makes me think this one would be your third, and then you would take your fourth here and then your fifth here. There's so few mineral patches on this one though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's only a 12 base. Meanwhile, this one, no, I don't like this base for Zerg. Too much annoying, like, across the gap siege tank positions over here. That's going to be extremely hard for Zerg to clear out, actually. This might be the worst Zerg map. I don't know if I'm, like, totally off my lid on this one, but this looks actually kind of shitty. There's so many chokes, really annoying debris right in the center, and there's a lot of debris. There's, like, a debris at each entrance. There's debris that you have to clear out. And then I don't like I'm okay with our third, but our fourth looks really... Oh. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. I'm kind of... My opinion is still out on this one. But I think compared to the other maps, this one seems a little less Zerg friendly. I'm not sure. How many bases in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 again. So another 18 base map. Well, once again, these bases, your fifth bases, no matter, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess you could do that, but this one seems like crazy. These ones are so close to your opponent. Like, if they are here and you're here, you're literally, like, you're shaking hands. 8.5, true. Are there any special things on this map? Any gold bases, anything like that? You don't even get gold for taking this one, for being bold, huh? This one's so far away. Who would take this? I mean, I guess versus Zerg. Fourth and fifth bases seem super far to defend. Yeah. This fourth is way the fuck out of there. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4? And 5? Would you ever take this as your fifth? Maybe. Maybe you take that as your fifth? 6. 7. So it's only... Oh, wait. What? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it's actually... So there is one base per side? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. For some reason, I thought that both of these on the right side. Yeah, you're going to want to tend... That really discourages you from going this way, in a way, if you get to that phase of the game. Yeah, what do you do for a fifth on this map? If you go third here, and then fourth, fifth, and then where would... Your sixth is... Your sixth sucks, no matter... Okay, so this is where we're at for sixth bases. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can take these 5. It might not be great for a couple of them, but you can take them. And then your 6. You're either left with half mineral line, or like reduced mineral line, super exposed to the other side of the map, literally open face sandwich, or the farthest base away from everything happening in the game. I guess you might want to take that one. These just look like they suck. I'm not sure. Alright, let's look and see if you can wall off. Let's look at the wall off situation. So I would actually recommend probably this extractor for Zerg first. It is the closest to the larva, but also you get the... Alright. 1, 2, 3? I guess that works. Wow, that's so weird. What a weird wall. I don't know, this just seems so strange. It is tight as fuck, though. I mean, that is hard to bust. Alright, walling off, not a problem really on any of these maps. Let's look at the cannon rush situation. So they can do the 3 over here. Look at all the minerals on there. Yeah, take those, dude. Give me those. They cannot high ground cannon rush, I don't think. No, they cannot. For Zerg, what do we care about? It would be kind of hard to... I guess they could go like this, but that just seems not good. Yeah, I don't know about... So wait, this one's the best cannon rush map in the pool? For PvZ too? Really? No shot. Do you see the little robot? Yeah, little cleaning bot. He's doing his job. Is this really the best cannon rush map in the pool? Are any of those cannon rush degens still in my chat? Grimmy? Kata? Anybody? This just doesn't seem as good. I mean, you can go for the... There's just no way you can build up. There's no way you can build up here, though. There's already 0 space to build. So you could go for, like, maybe a contain plus Stargate play. Above the main ramp. I mean, even then, it's so choked off. You can't place... They can't... Maybe they can put 1 building here, but that's, like, really bad. On the low ground? Maybe. So they go, like, here... Power stuff up top. It's gonna be weird. I'll have to see. Maybe Hardwire looks like a easy low ground pocket at the natural ramp. Oh, like over here. Oh, like over here maybe. Yeah, could be. And then you go up top. I guess so. All right. Huh. Interesting. I personally like this one the least so far. The base expansions confuse me. Let's look at the rush distance. We'll go at 10-15. None of the maps have extremely massive mains, except for, I think, Pride of Altaris. Are there no gold bases here? I don't think so. Where are they getting all these gold minerals from? True. No, there's no gold bases on this map. If this was a gold base, that'd actually be kind of sick. That would actually be kind of sick. Okay, you can go right through the center. Your first overlord just going straight across should be okay. So 10:15 was our time. And 10:55. So 40 seconds to get over there. Not a very big rush distance, or not a very small rush distance. It's going to take a while. I wish you complained that Pride of Altaris has a small main, but he only looked at the overview. I'm pretty sure that's the giant one. Okay. Interesting. If I had to veto one just based off this, I would veto this one. I would veto... Let's see. I would veto Glittering Ashes and... I don't know. None of the other ones seem that bad. Pride of Altaris. That one's the huge one, isn't it? Or is it Berlingrad? Berlingrad and Pride of Altaris, I think, have big mains. All the other mains are tiny. Yeah. Curious Minds is not that bad either. Huh. Well, I don't know. There you go. A lot of interesting maps. I don't think any of them are horrible for Zerg. None of them have the rush distance that Beckett does, by the looks of it, from what I can tell and the timings that I did. Definitely. So there's no speed zones. There's no slow zones. A lot more use of debris in these, and way more bases per map. So yeah, I think it's in general. I think this is actually going to be a pretty decent Zerg pool. Which is pretty nice, you know, from the old Zergy perspective. Beckett rush distance was an oversight, by the way. Was it really not supposed to be that fast? I believe it. It's crazy fast. How has 2K changed? I don't know if the new 2K is viewable. Yeah, I don't... This is just the normal. I don't know how 2000 atmospheres has changed. The mapper measured it wrong? I see. On accident? Interesting. Is it this? Is it just a recolor? I don't know. Official TLMC. Bring back Backwater, Battle of the Boardwalk, and Redshift. Those were crazy maps. And what was the other one? Was it Golden Wall or Pillars of Gold? No, it was Golden Wall, right? That had the mineral patches in the main that you could mine out to get access to like the bottom half of the map. That was a pretty sick one. In general, though, I think these are good Zerg maps. I don't think we're gonna have any that are too busted. Definitely just look out for a lot of the debris on these maps when you're still getting used to them. And I'm going to have to double check the Overlord exact scout positions you're going to need to go. But yeah, besides that, I think all of these look pretty sick. Cool. We'll ship it to the YouTube. Very cool. Very happy to see these new maps. It's always just good to get a shake up to the ladder. And very happy that we're going to be getting rid of Romanticide, Oxide, all these fucking I like Jag. Jag is cool, but besides that, I'm ready, dude.